Hi, this is Stan. Welcome back to the Crow's Nest Railroad. Well, we've got an exciting project today. You can see I've got the car loaded up. I've got some steel box here. I've got some cut metal and got me a brand new welding helmet from Harbor Freight. Only top of the line for me. Well, we're heading over to Bob's shop. We've got to make some portable temporary track for my 5-inch gauge train because we've got some events to go to and we want to be able to run the train back and forth, and we need some portable track to do that. So if that sounds like fun, I'm not a welder. This will be my first time. Join us. Well, you can see Bob here's got the welding table already set up. There's our buzz box. And there's the steel that we got, the helmet, got some track gauges. In the secret bag here is the little steel ties that we're going to use. They were all pre-cut at the steel shop for us, so that's going to be a real time saver. So we're just kind of testing out the material, and we might even get a few sprinkles of rain. We're going to set up a test to sample my welding skills to see if I'm smart enough to get this done. If not, we'll have to get an actual welder to do this, but we're going to try it ourselves DIY. So it looks like we got the buzz box set about 90 amps, and we're using 6013 sticks. Bob has a little test set up so I can practice a little bit. This will be the rail and this will be the tie, and so we're going to be tacking this box rail onto the ties, but I need some practice so that I don't screw up all the materials that we bought. And these are some of my practice welds. not anything to look at, but I have to learn how to get that weld into the gusset, not burn through the metal on this channel. And while I'm practicing my welding, Bob's got this diagrammed out for the little tenons that are joining the track sections. 3-inch joint, 1.5 inch penetration on either side of the joint, and we're going to need 10 3-inch pieces for the little metal tenons that go into the track.
Alright, what we're doing here, I've already drilled the hole. I'm just showing you what we're going to do. We're at an end stop. The vise is centered for this 5/8 inch rail. We're going to drill right through the end of this hole with that stop, and we're going to pick it up, reverse it around stand, put it back in,
we're using a milling machine to drill a couple of holes.
Yeah.
This is pretty fancy stuff.
Because it positions it exactly the same location. When that comes out, we put the next one in.
These are going to be the rails. They'll be welded together to the ties. But to join these 5-foot sections, I have to be able to transport this in my small car, so we went with short sections. We have another piece of box that is small enough in dimension to actually slip inside the box that we're going to use for rails. So we'll cut these into small little tabs, and this thing will go together just like Lionel or HO track. And Bob is drilling out the ends so that we can pin our little joiners together. Well, we are blessed with rain today. Here in the desert, it's been a long time since we've had a good rain. But we're trying to decide right now, should we move the welding rig inside? If we're getting too much rain, we're gonna have to move in the covered part of the shop instead of out on the sidewalk. Okay, so I just finished welding up my first half panel anyway. You can see we've got the steel ties and the little steel box that we're going to have for the rail, and we clamp it all together, keep it from warping with the heat. And since my welds aren't very pretty, I'm going to start out by just welding on the insides to kind of hide the fact that I can't weld, but I'm doing the best I can. So we got it all measured and jigged up. We're leaving 2 inches in from the end. And there we go. So I'm going to weld up all the individual panels with one rail, then we'll come back and do the second rail where we can put the track gauge on it. Wish me luck. Well, that's about all we're going to get accomplished today. 6 5-foot panels with all of the steel ties welded onto the box on one side. Then we're going to come back another day and we'll put the second rail on. And while I've been trying to teach myself how to weld, Bob has been dressing up the small pieces, the little tenons that will go in the ends to help us join these rails. And don't look too close at those welds. I'm just learning. This is the first job I've ever done for welding of any consequence. And there's some boo-boos in there, but hopefully everything will be stable. And what a great way to spend my birthday. Learning how to weld, getting a free lesson from Bob. And I've always wanted to try my hand at the welder, so it's a lot of fun. Now, Bob, you dress those all by hand and use the little your little chop saw to cut those off, right?
We cut them off with the chop saw, but I actually machined 2 of the sides on the milling machine, took off about 20 thousandths on each side, so it slides smoothly in the center of the square seamless tubing. And the point of this is it is seamless tubing, so there's no weld seam down the middle of one side of the tube. So these smooth drive fit smoothly into the center. I drilled a hole in the side of the rail. Into this I put a short roll pin in. I don't have to go all the way through this into the other side of the rail. I just have to go in enough to lock this on one side so it doesn't shift back and forth when we plug all the sections together.
Okay. Bob, it's been a fun day, dude. Thank you so much.
Hey, Stan, you can come to the shop anytime you want. You work hard.
We'll be back soon, so go get a cup of coffee and come right back.
Thank you.